Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and I would like to personally thank you for taking the time to watch this content. So, tonight we're going to be talking about Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. So, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. So, I've been playing Rift Apart now for about close to 4 hours. So, I've been to 4 different worlds already. I've tried all 3 modes, and I have decided to stick to the 4K 30 for this one just because the visual, oh my gosh, it's freaking beautiful. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. This is exactly what we wanted to see with our next gen consoles. This game is beautiful. Insomniac has knocked the visuals out of the freaking park. Like, yeah, it's beautiful. I do kind of have it's beautiful. I mean, you can definitely see the checkerboard and the fur and stuff, but it is what it is. I mean, it's only on certain things. Like, I just saw this lamb sheep thing, and it was like the checkerboard on the fur looked terrible on that. But when you're looking at Rivet or Clank or Ratchet, yeah, it does not look that bad. So, as far as the visuals go on the 4K 30 mode, they're freaking spectacular. This game looks great. It looks good. It's definitely high fidelity. I mean, everything is just, there's so much freaking detail in this game. It's not even funny. Like, I'm more than satisfied with the visual makeup on the 4K 30 mode. Okay, so, but if you get to the performance mode, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Losing losing the ray tracing for that mode and some of the other stuff that you kind of lose with that. I mean, you can definitely tell there's like a downgrade or whatever. Even in the fidelity of the or the resolution, you can tell there's a downgrade. The performance ray tracing one, that was just way too much of a resolution lose for me. It takes it down to, I don't know. I mean, I guess like 1440p, 1080p or whatever. You can definitely tell that it is a lower resolution, like right out of the gate. It's I don't think it's exactly 1080p, but it is low enough to where it looks, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's 1080p or not, but it looks pretty 1080p. Maybe 1440p. Maybe that mode's like a 1440p, because the other mode, you know, the one under the 4K mode, the performance mode, it doesn't look it looks pretty close to 4K, so you're basically losing all the ray tracing and some of like the finer detail. Like you are losing like a little bit of that. I do like the 4K look way more on this game. So that's where I decide. That's where I'm at. I'm at the 4K mode. So far, the visuals on this game are freaking amazing. This is what I wanted to see next gen. The performance mode doesn't look terrible, but everything you lose from the ray tracing mode, because the ray tracing looks so good on this game, I don't know, man. I had to just make that call and accept it, you know, for what it is. This PlayStation 5 game is, yeah, this is the best looking PlayStation 5 game we've seen to date. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. This is number one right now. So, now that we got the visual part out of the way, let's talk about some of the cool things that I've experienced since I've been there. So, when you go to Nefarious, you'll be in like this the Nefarious world or whatever. Like he's the Emperor or whatever. You go into his nightclub, okay, and the DualSense, like when the bass is hitting, you can feel it like in the DualSense. So that is pretty cool. Like I like that. Like that's pretty cool. The trigger thing on this game actually works. It's not annoying. At first I was like, man, I don't like having to push these like stiff things, you know, down harder and stuff. But it actually works, you know. If you just pull it down a little bit, you're like, the guns will shoot like a little bit slower or whatever, but if you crank it all the way down, then they shoot fast. So that's kind of cool because you can kind of keep your keep track of your ammo a little better that way. It's kind of cool. The dash, what is it? The Phantom Dash looks freaking amazing. Like Johnny Cage, like amazing, except for without the green. It looks cool, really highly detailed. It looks good and it works. Okay, so world dimension travel is scripted, 100% scripted. There's no control over it whatsoever. You do have control over Ratchet while you're going through there. Like you can move from side to side, but like you do have a little bit of control over your movement, and that's it. The levels look huge, but they're really small. They're not like giant open world places. They are pretty small. They are, I mean, you can go a little bit out of your way, but the four places that I've been, yeah, they're pretty small so far. I really don't see any other levels in this game going much bigger than what they are. So what you have like this draw distance that's really far, like really amazing. You got a lot of stuff going on out there in the distance and stuff. The draw distance is pretty big. The boss battles so far that I've fought, I think there's like 4 or 5 of them that I've fought already. All of them are pretty good. I mean, like they're kind of cool. They're not like super mind blowing. Like they're not the best boss fights I've ever experienced, but they're definitely good. I mean, this game is rated T for everybody, so I'm gonna review it as a teen game. I mean, this is like my first part of the review. I will finish the review after after I finish the game or whatever, and that way I know how long it is and everything. But so far, I'm pretty happy with this game, like for the most part. Vegetation on Rivet's planet does not interact with your character. You can walk right through it. It doesn't move, nothing like that. So I don't know if that's something that they're going to put in there eventually, but yeah, there's the vegetation, like the grass and the plants and everything, that there's no reaction to your character whatsoever. That's kind of a weird omission that I would think Insomniac would have definitely made that possible. So far, I really like Rivet. Okay, let me just. So like lately, there's been a lot of like, Hollywood, like Hollywood and games going out of their way to just force like a female character into stuff. I'm not I do not have a problem with female characters. Like that's fine. Okay, so Insomniac nailed this. Like without making it, like it doesn't feel forced at all. It feels good. Rivet is an amazing character so far. I love her. She's freaking great. Like I connected with her really quick. She's got good personality. She's not she's not like annoying or anything like that. Not even a little bit. Like this Rivet is freaking pretty cool. And the way her and Clank and Ratchet all interact is pretty cool. Like I like this. Insomniac freaking knocked this out of the park. Yeah, I definitely give them props for making this, feel good, fit, and having, like, you don't get a switch or choose between which one you want to play. It's pretty scripted. Like you play as Ratchet or you play as Rivet, and so far that's been in certain parts of the story. So I don't know if later on you get an actual choice, but Rivet's character is freaking cool. Like I like her. She is hands down. Completely, like, she fits completely in with this game, and yeah, like I like her. She's great. As far as the maps that I've been to, They look, yeah, I mean, I already said this. They look really big, but they're pretty small. They're not like they're not like big open world spaces. I mean they do have a little bit of size to them, but it doesn't, so far it doesn't feel like they have like branching paths or anything that you can really go on. Like you feel pretty much guided to which way you're going to go. And I mean that's not a bad thing, but I mean when you're making a new game for a new generation and calling it like a next gen experience, like I get like the, fast loading through these dimensions. It's amazing. It works. It looks great. There's no freaking like you can't even tell if there is a loading time. It's pretty instant. Like it's pretty fast. Like I'm completely happy with that. I do kind of feel like they could have done more to expand this experience. Like it would have been really cool if you had a way to do this on your own, like pick, like say, hey, I want to go to that place, and then like do it right on the fly and be able to boom, be there. Yeah, that's not there. It's definitely scripted. It's definitely loaded. I do not. I mean, as far as I'm into this game right now, and the way it's gone, I do not see myself replaying this game after I complete it. There's really nothing to like go around and explore. Like I said, these levels are pretty small so far. I mean, maybe in the end of the story they get bigger or something, but there's no real exploration whatsoever. But you do get access to a ship eventually to where you can now I can pick like different places. So I believe you can revisit any of the worlds you've went to after you get done with them. I think the last game was like that too. So there's that. So far I'm pretty content with this game. So this is the first, this is part 1 of a part 2 review. After I finish the game, I'll give you my final thoughts on it and everything and how it went. But as it sits right now, like I'm pretty satisfied with the overall visual package and everything. Like this is exactly what I wanted to see from PlayStation, like visually wise. I would like to see games like this running at 60 frames a second though, but that ray tracing, well, I mean, yeah, I mean there is that mode. It is there, but once you see how beautiful this game is in the 4K 30, it's a really hard choice. It's not an easy choice like Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man was an easy choice because that world just looked pretty the same either way. Like it did not really change much, and the resolution of the ray tracing was like it looks way lower than what it looks on this Ratchet and Clank. This Ratchet and Clank looks really freaking good. That ray tracing looks really good. So, if, yeah, like Spider-Man looked great, but this looks a lot better. So, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to go ahead and see you in the next video after I complete this game.